What about those who are in Bahrain right now, the Filipinos working in Bahrain right now? What's the government doing to assist them at all?
The government, they've been sending additional personnel, I think, today and also tomorrow. There's going to be a team from the Foreign Affairs specifically. They have put up a hotline in the embassy in Manama, and I think they have mobilized the community as well. But as far as repatriation is concerned, there is no order for a forced evacuation, if you want to call it that way. Yeah, so it's going to be still voluntary. And the individuals will have to decide whether they would like to leave Bahrain or not.
All right. So no evacuations as of yet. Ellen, give us a picture of what life is like for these workers, these Filipino workers who are living in conflict zones, not just in Bahrain, but in Libya.
Of course, Polly, it's quite difficult considering the fact that the Filipinos in those countries are non-nationals. Our country is supposed to be the primary agent to protect them, is not immediately available there except for our embassies, and we have very limited resources to speak of in the first place. And in fact, even without the conflict situation, a lot of our workers are facing dire difficulties. Very difficult working and living conditions, particularly for our women. And you can imagine that their situation has worsened many times over, given, for example, the violent protest that is still unfolding in Libya, and now it is also escalating in the case of Bahrain. And we have our hands full already, not to mention the fact that we also have to deal with more than 200,000 Filipinos in Japan that are also being disturbed and affected. Well, not all of them, but at least some 4,000 or 4,000 are immediately in the area where the earthquake and tsunamis and the nuclear plants are located.
Do you feel, Ellen, that your government is doing enough to help these Filipinos who are trapped, as you said, not just in Libya, but also in places like Japan that are facing a nuclear crisis, for instance? Do you feel like your government is doing enough, or is there more that they could do?
I think it's not, the question is, I think they are trying to do their best, but their best probably is not enough. And we have heard personal statements from those who have been in Libya and also in Japan, and probably for some in Bahrain. And that is always the problem that we will be faced with, specifically in conflict areas. And I must say, for example, in the region in the Middle East, where we have the most number of Filipinos, we have about 2 million plus in the whole of Middle East and North Africa. That would really be a very big challenge for our government to respond to, just in case they need to. And as we are witnessing now, these are already being in demand. They are being compelled to act with resoluteness, and definitely we should be able to provide the needed resources as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Ellen, for speaking to us. Ellen Sana joining us there live from Manila in the